Coronavirus has had an enormous impact on church life, with many of us experiencing a pause in our church programs and community activities. However, there have been some opportunities as well. And today, John and Emma are joining us and going to tell us about one of the opportunities that they have discovered during lockdown. So John and Emma, welcome to you. Could you just introduce yourselves for us, first of all, please?
Hello, I'm Emma. We're in Salem Chapel in Tonteg.
I'm John. I'm the Associate Minister in Salem and I work with Rosa Hunt.
Fantastic. And what's the opportunity that came about for you to be able to make a difference to the community where you live?
I think Salem had already been doing quite a few community engagement things like mental health drop-in. Lots of those had to shut down at the beginning of lockdown, as with many things. But something we saw a real kind of rise in the need for was the food bank. And at the same time as that, we were kind of looking at, oh gosh, we need more people are needing food bank. There were also some people from the community who were contacting us saying, we'd really like to help, is there anything we can do? So we quite kind of like naively just printed some leaflets and said, if you're shielding or if you need support, we're really happy, we can pick up shopping for you, we can pick up prescriptions for you. We can deliver a food parcel from our food bank, please just get in touch. And then my number was on there. And those went to kind of the post office and the pharmacies and things like that. And we had a massive response. And at the beginning of kind of lockdown around March, April time, we had lots and lots of people contacting us saying, is there any chance you could get my shopping for me? Is there any chance you could pick up my prescriptions? We had obviously the rise in food bank, but we also had lots of volunteers come through. So lots of volunteers not particularly linked to the church, but who'd heard what we were doing and who we wanted to help. So I ended up kind of coordinating these two, the needs and the volunteers. And it was kind of a real kind of story of God's provision. We kind of, were short of food one week, and then the following week TK Maxx shut down all their stores and gave us all of their food from one of the local stores. So we had, I think, 73 recycling bags full of food to give away for the food bank, including, I think, 5 or 6 recycling bags of Easter eggs. So it was lovely. On Easter Saturday, we were able to really bless the community and give out some bundles of Easter eggs to local care homes, and also deliver to around 100 addresses, I think, some packages of Easter eggs and things like that to just bless the community. And in terms of just kind of God's provision, we, funding came through when we needed it. People came through when we needed it, when we were short of volunteers. There were an extra bunch of volunteers came on board through another local organisation. When we were really struggling with the kind of administration side of things, someone from an admin person came on board to help coordinate the shopping for lots of people. When we were struggling with the logistics side of things, when I was struggling with the logistics side of things, one of the volunteers stepped in and said, oh, actually, I'm a logistics manager for a local coach company and I'd really like to help out. So it was brilliant, and it was just like a really kind of brilliant way of engaging with the local community and meeting those kind of needs, and a way of the church kind of remaining very active and visual within the community when lots of other things had shut down and when not much was happening. And I think for the first couple of months of lockdown, we were the only show in town, as it were, who were able to kind of do that sort of shopping, prescriptions stuff for people. So we were at one point delivering to 30 or 40 addresses in a week, which was quite amazing for the size of the church.
That's fantastic. And so obviously that will have had an impact on the community and the church. John, could you share with us a little bit about what you think that might be?
Yeah, so like Emma said, the church was already doing some really great stuff in the community, mental health drop-in cafe, particularly dealing with social isolation and some of the mental health concerns that are one of the biggest local needs we have here. So it's not as if there was nothing happening at all and then this happening. This was sort of building on in a very timely way on top of what the church is already doing. But I think it would be fair to say for most people in the community, their view of the local church would be it's there for special occasions, be it the Christmas service, the harvest service, certain key services with the local schools, which are fantastic, and they've helped the church build those connections in the local community. But to be able to see the church step into this crisis and be this organizing sort of body, this group of people who are able to meet the local need, which was massive at the time. It's easy to sort of forget that how urgent the need was, and you have a lot of older people in the community who are isolated from family, isolated from friends, and so for the church to be able to meet that need, I think we've had a huge lasting impact in the community. And there's people who are coming into the orbit of the community of the church who are interested perhaps in exploring faith, who we'd never have got to know, but for the fact that the church stepped into this opportunity in the middle of this crisis and was able to serve the community in such a significant way. So yeah, it's early days yet, but it's been a fantastic way for the church to demonstrate the love of God and to demonstrate that there is something powerful about that love of God that compels people to do something.
Fantastic. And Emma, how is it now? So that was lockdown. We've heard something about that. We're now towards the end of the year. How are things going?
Things have calmed down quite a bit. So I think a couple of months into lockdown, the local council started doing shopping and prescriptions for people. So we just worked together with them to work out who would do what, and that was fine. Now that kind of shielding has lifted and things like that, things have calmed down. In terms of the food bank, we're coming to collect, so we're still providing food to around 20 households a week-ish. But most people are coming to collect unless they're kind of having to self-isolate. We've still got around 15-20 volunteers on a kind of rolling rota who come and help out with the food bank and various bits and pieces. We've still got some of those connections with some of the more isolated and vulnerable in the community, whereby we're kind of picking up prescriptions for them on an as and when basis, or taking parcels to the post office and things like that. And in terms of the shopping, we've stopped that, which was a relief. But we've offered all our kind of shoppers the opportunity to come and set up an account online and do their shopping online via the church on a Saturday, because a lot of the people who were struggling to get their shopping were struggling because they didn't have internet or didn't have the IT skills to be able to do click and collect or delivery. So we've kind of offered that opportunity to them as well. So yeah, it's calmer, but it's still ongoing.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, both of you, for coming and sharing something of your story and what's been going on at the church there. It's really exciting to hear all the things you've been able to do. Thank you very much indeed.